How we doing, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Howie Games. This is me, I am Howie. Hello. Today we have a story time with Howie. It's been a while since we've done one of those, and right now you are watching me record my audio. Today we're just gonna kind of go over my band days. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but at the end of every one of my videos, we have a little outro and whatnot, and sometimes we have some music to it. It sounds a little bit like... And that you know, actually is me, my band. I used to be in one of those. I used to do musical things and whatnot, and it was a great time. I had a good time, but you know what? It just didn't work out. Why? It's a story for another time. But I will tell you that sometimes we got into shenanigans. We would like to have band activities that were a little bit extracurricular, and today's story is about one of those activities. At the time, me and my two guitarists, Corey and Aaron, and our bassist Levi, we would like to hang out, and there wasn't a lot to do where we lived. We lived in Pahrump, Nevada. Yes, Pahrump, Nevada. That is a real place. It is in the middle of the desert. It has nothing going on in it, so as you could imagine, we got bored quite frequently. There's times where it was 115 in the shade, outside. We are about 20 minutes away from Death Valley, so there's not a thing to do in the desert. A darn thing. We can't say that word anymore, because YouTube's algorithm will hear it and go, oh no! So one evening, we were all hanging out at Corey's house, as we did, because his garage is where we practiced at, so that is where we would gather. One of our bandmates, maybe his name is Levi, maybe is not, would enjoy some recreational drugs that may or may not have been legal at the time, but now are. And so we would sing songs about how he would enjoy those drugs and chase him around with a guitar singing, Levi's stoned, Levi's stoned. Why? Because again, we are in the middle of the desert with nothing better to do. Of course, we never did any of those recreational drugs. We were the good kids. See, we never ever, not even once, have I ever tried
and didn't inhale
any of those drugs. Ever. Wouldn't do that. Nope, not even in my youth. As you can understand, somebody under the influence of these drugs might become a little bit upset. So he decided that he had had enough of our shenanigans and went outside to try to escape our onslaught of song. Now, at the time, he decided to go and jump in my car, which I'm about to show you now. It's right here. Google. I had a banger of a car, man. Yeah, this is it. Look at this. Look at this beast. Look at this car. This is what I used to rock around in. This is a 1993 VW Fox. And that was the band car at the time. If you can imagine this car with a whole bunch of stickers all over it. I actually bought this from my grandpa for $300, and I sold it for $300, which I am very happy about too. You could literally pick this car up and move it, which kind of comes into play with what I'm about to tell you next. So Levi decided he would get in this front seat here, which is where it comes in my illustration, right? So this is what happened to poor Levi. So we have my car. Got to put some tires on it. Here. I'm an artiste. I bet you guys didn't know. And here's Levi. He decided to get in the car and smoke a cigarette, and he is sad. He's a sad man. He's in there upset that we are teasing him about his choice of recreation for the evening and have chased him around the house with a guitar singing Levi's stoned, Levi's stoned, and then decides to go sit in my car to try to escape us with a cigarette. Now, Corey doesn't like it when Levi is alone. Corey is my other guitarist, and he didn't want him to be alone. So being the good friend that Corey is, he decided to go outside to the car, and he didn't get in any of the other seats because that would be logical. Corey decided to get into the seat that Levi was in as well with Levi to make him feel better. So Corey is over here on Levi's lap. Here, there's Corey. And then there's a little eye for Corey. Here's another little eye, but Corey's very happy, see? And Corey's got some blonde hair here going on. This is Corey there. And he is in there on Levi's lap. And as I recall it, he's sitting on Levi's lap, caressing his face, because this is what you're gonna do when somebody's upset, right? This is how you cheer somebody up when you've piss them off by chasing them around the house with a guitar singing Levi's stoned, is you jump in the car, sit on their lap, and hold their face and say, shh, no, don't speak. But yeah, so that's what Corey's doing to cheer Levi up. I also thought that was a great idea. In my inspiration to help Corey cheer Levi up, I decided that I wanted to be in the front seat too. But I couldn't get in because Levi had locked the door. But he did have the window down so that smoke could come out from his cigarette. So what I did was the most creative way to come in and show Levi that close contact would be the best way for me to help. See, what I did is I jumped in through the window head first, like this. Yep, here's my pants. And so now Levi is sitting in the car with a lit cigarette, Corey on his lap going, shh, don't speak. And I jumped through the window because I wanted to be a part of this and said, Levi, I'm sorry, and just jumped through the window, right? And while we were all stuck on top of Levi in this way, Aaron couldn't fit in the front seat because one person's a lot, two people's too many, three is just downright out. So Aaron decided that he wanted to help cheer Levi up as well and has no respect for anybody else's prosperity. So what did Aaron do? Aaron decided to get up on top of the car just like this. Yep. And here he is and we'll give him a happy face too, but he has darker hair. It's still long. Yeah, there we go. Aaron's jumping up and down on top of the car. I'm doing this illustration so that everybody can visualize exactly what's going on at this time. Jumping up and down on the car, and I believe he was saying, Levi's stoned as well, because that will cheer him up. It is probably like 10, 11 o'clock at night. It's dark outside. This car is in Corey's driveway, and Corey's driveway kind of does this. It goes like this and then shelves off down a hill in which there is a gate that blocks the entrance into his driveway. And so Aaron's jumping up and down on top of this car to cheer Levi up with some good motion and whatnot, and I am upside down in the driver's seat. Now, this was a manual car, and if you know anything about manual cars, you don't have to put a parking brake on necessarily. You just leave them in gear, and they won't go anywhere, right? Well, they will if one thing happens, and that's if the guy that's with his head in through the window is getting knocked around by the guy jumping up and down on the car, trying to cheer Levi up, obviously. This is all we're trying to do. We're just trying to make this poor man happy. And I knock the car out of gear, and the car starts to go this direction, like that. Yes. So now we are starting to gain momentum. As we start going down, I can remember hearing Corey go, oh, and Levi just going, God. Aaron at this point decides that jumping up and down on the car might be hazardous to his health and everybody around him. So what he does is, oh my God, this eraser's terrible. Can he make this bigger? I don't know, paint's not the greatest, I guess. What he does is he tries to come around behind the car here, right? Because he's trying to be a good boy and stop the car. Give him an old face with his long hair. Here we go, long hair. And so he's trying to stop the car. We're starting to gain momentum towards this fence, and it doesn't work. Aaron almost gets run over, but fortunately gets out of the way in time. And what ends up happening is we go careening down this hill into this fence and flatten Corey's dad's fence. Like, I wish somebody would have caught this on film. Because why? Why did any of this need to happen? Why were we jumping on the car? Why did I jump through the window? Well, it was because Levi's stoned and we wanted to make him happy. In the end of the day, we all got out of the car and Corey goes, dude, my dad's gonna be so pissed because not only did we flatten his fence, but this was about the third or fourth time that us as a group, or somebody in our group, happened to flatten his fence. Why do you give children driver's license? We can't even handle the car when it's off. That's story time with Howie. That was my band Darkened Days. Corey also still is doing some music stuff. Go check him out on his YouTube channel. I will leave a link below. And, oh, you gotta put Corey Smith Shred. That's how I find. This is Corey. He's got almost as many subscribers as I do. You guys should subscribe. And he does guitar stuff still. Go show this man some love and make him happy with some subscribes and views. Because, you know, he was trying to do the same for Levi, and you guys should do the same for him. Just don't drive a car through his gate anymore. He'd probably be happy. Anyway, Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all for enjoying Storytime with Howie. I am Howie. This is Storytime with Howie. Kisses. Bye-bye.